Howdy guys, I'm back with more Path of Exile, the Fall of Oriath. Right now I'm in the Aqueducts. I just started Act 4. Last time I didn't do Act 3, but I did the Labyrinth, so my duelist is now a Slayer, and I'm moving on with the game. So I'm not sure how long Act 4 is going to take. Like I did mention before, I've heard it's a little bit more difficult than it was before, so should be interesting. I'm thinking I'll be able to finish Act 4 and maybe a video or two. Act 4 isn't terribly long, but I'm gonna have to get all the dialogue, and that's what's going to be pretty time consuming, I think. So that's what my plans are and what's going on. So hopefully I'll be able to get to the Oriath stuff pretty soon, which kind of a shame. This is what week 3 of Oriath and I'm still in the old stuff. Ugh, that's alright. I can't wait to get to the new stuff, and I'm sure I'll be there soon enough. And now that it's part of the game, it's not like it's a now that's a rare commodity there, an orb of fusing. I think I have a whole entire one of those, so glad to see that. So, when I ascended last time, I hadn't spent my points yet. I had to think on it.
Over here, Exile.
Oh, Taurus here. But I went ahead and got Bane of Legends. I feel like going for Endless Hunger isn't going to help me right now, especially since I'm not using Cyclone yet, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the next labyrinth. I know I'm going to probably need to get this at some point. I don't know if I need that now, or if I feel like I'm probably going to get this, then go back and get that, and then if I ever do the Uber labyrinth, I'll have to decide if I want to get that, or probably that, honestly, or maybe I don't know. I'll worry about it when I get there.
There you are. Good. There's fresh vermin roaming about out there, and the trail is still warm. I've a certain pack of vermin in mind. Stronger and more vicious than most. Track them to their home territory and wipe them out.
Okay.
For this hunt, I'm going to share a piece of bushcraft with you. Well, bushcraft smeared with thaumaturgy. The corrupted creatures tend to mark their territory with their foulness. This trick allows you to pick up that scent and follow it home. The whole thing stinks of corruption, I know. But you can't expect to put your nose to the ground without getting it dirty.
I didn't plan on putting my nose anywhere near the ground, and I don't know. I mean, if it's on the way, Tora, I don't know. I feel like I should probably do her mission, because I always struggle with hers, because I feel like I don't see her very frequently, but good grief, I don't really want to walk all over the darned map trying to find all these little corrupted beasties. They're always such a pain in the butt. Ugh. And especially because I'm right here at the end. Ugh, do I feel... Well, like I said, if they're on the way, sure. Oh, there we go. Okay, well, that was easy enough. It happened to be on the way. Complain and ye shall receive, I guess. Alright, let me kill these guys real quick so I don't get interrupted talking to Miss Tora. Alright.
That's more like it. The tang of a fresh kill and a new beginning. This land owes you one, and so do I. Look me up the next time you're in the forest encampment. I do believe you and I are beginning to see eye-to-eye color. A ray class that's free of parasites, free to grow anew. Let's talk when next you're in the forest encampment. We make a good team, and I'd like to build on that.
Alright, yay, level 2 Tora, moving right along with my mass. Yeah, I'm glad I did that. I'm glad that that quest wasn't too out of my way, because I've got like one master at level 3 right now. I mean, it's pretty bad. I'm really, like, people are over here like level 95 already, and I'm like, I'm level 35 and I got my first master. I just got my hideout yesterday. I'm feeling real weak and lame here right now, so glad that's done. Ooh, a note. Captain Vincenti, the Highgate holds the secret to the true origin of the gems. Cleanse the mountain of those Maraketh parasites and secure the entrance to those mines. Do not disappoint me, Vincenti. As you well know, my displeasure can change a man. Piety. She certainly does love changing men, and men in general. I feel like Piety is someone with really low self-esteem, or maybe too much. I'm not actually sure. Alright, dialogue time. Let's talk to Kira, the, female Groost. Well, no, she's not quite as aggressive as Groost, but she knows how to use that spear.
We opened the gates to you for 2 reasons only. Dominus and Piety. They made themselves our enemies. You made them dead. Now, Oyan believes there is a 3rd reason. The beast is our enemy. Perhaps you can make it dead as well. Pride is a common flaw in men. We Maraketh beat such sickness out of our boys. Do you know why, Duelist? If left unchecked, pride becomes a plague. There is a cure, of course. It's called devotion.
So what are you proposing here? Trading.
Oyan has ordered me to help you, to trade with you. I have risked much to gather weapons and armor for this Akara. I've scavenged on the fringes of Vol's encampment and scouted the dead city. Let us see if you can offer any value in return.
So she's gone through a great bit of trouble to get this white quality brass maul here. Alright, Kira.
Go where you are needed.
Alright, sure. Oh, and Navali is here too. Of course she is. I guess will we be seeing her in Acts 5, 6, and 7 and so forth as well?
Many great things begin at the foot of a mountain, Exile. So too do many tragedies. Often a path becomes a fork, and the echoes of your actions push you down one side or the other. Do you know where you were being carried? Would you like to?
Not for the price that you would charge.
Fate awaits you.
Alright, these 2 lovers right here, they're definitely cuties.
I saw you fight back in Theopolis. You were good. But what you did back there in San, it was
terrifying. Don't misunderstand me. Piety, the rest, they deserve what they got. But there's no one like that here. These Maraketh, they're good people.
Oh, he knows that, Vanya.
I hope so, Pataris.
Oh, so they witnessed the duelists fighting back in Theopolis. It's good to be so well known.
My grandfather was a captain in the Ebony Legion. My father too, and me. Just following the path that had been laid out for me.
Until you met me.
Yes, until I met the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen.
Behind bars. An exile waiting to become an experiment. Not quite how I imagined meeting the man of my dreams.
I realized then that I wasn't part of the Ebony Legion anymore. I'd become a blackguard like every other damned legionnaire in San, taking orders from a madman.
Pataris freed me and led us here.
I'd heard about the Maraketh from those few legionnaires who survived the assault on Highgate.
And I talked them into harboring us.
Vanya can be very persuasive when she wants to be.
I'm glad that he realized what was going on and got out of it. You know, so many people, not just this game, but in general, you know, they're going down a dark path just because someone else told them to, and they just keep going because someone else told them to. But this fella here, he just noped on out now. Whether he did that because he had, like, some kind of moral epiphany, or he saw these fine pair of titties looking back at him, as anyone's guess. Alright, what do you think of Kira?
Kira is a racist bully with that fancy hair crest of hers stuck so far up her.
Come on, Vanya. She's a warrior. It's not her job to be nice. It's her job to defend...
Look all lithe and sweaty when you're watching her train. That's the only job you're interested in.
I'm studying the Maraketh fighting style.
Sure you are, sweetie.
Aww. I don't think Vanya's worried in the least. Alright, trading.
We've a few bits and pieces lying about that might help with what's to come.
Bits and pieces? I risked my neck to salvage those artifacts.
I know, sweetie, and I really appreciate your artifacts.
You didn't say that when I brought them in. You said, is that all?
You've been gone for ages.
And you think you could do a quicker job?
Yes, if you'd let me, yes.
No. Not for all the jewellery in the world. What if I lost you?
Okay, I'm sorry. We have charms and regalia sourced at great risk from some of the most dangerous places in Rayclast. Better?
Yes, thank you.
Alright, so he almost broke his whole entire neck for this one sage wand here, and this giant I probably shouldn't rag on the mana flasks, they might be better than what I have. Alright. Okay, the beast.
I heard of the beast before coming here. Piety talked about it. I suppose she saw no point in keeping secrets from the people she was planning to murder.
I'm so sorry, Vanya.
God, it's not your fault, Pataris. But Piety used to say that the beast was the source of her power. How she managed to turn poor men and women into those... things. She kept using a phrase. What was it?
Universal transmogrification. I heard her assistants talk about it too.
The power to change the world into anything you like.
Bloody scary power in the hands of someone like Piety.
Bloody scary powerful stop.
Yeah, really, for anybody.
Until next time.
Nobody should have that kind of power. Absolute power absolutely corrupts or something like that, I think. Alright, I'm gonna swing down to Tasuni before I go talk to Onion and Diala.
I am Tasuni, he who peers into the gloom, who hears the black hearts that thunder within the mountain deep. If you seek enlightenment, find a torch. If you seek to understand the nightmare, I can help feel your way through the darkness. You have bled and you have murdered, Duelist. Why? For your precious glory. And where are you now? At the end of a world on the brink of extinction. Glorious!
Yeah, well, I think all of that glory I accumulated fighting in Theopolis has proven to be quite the boon here at the end of the world. That's why you guys threw the gates open for me after all, so I'd hold that tongue there, cowboy. Alright, Kira. I think, aren't Tasuni and Kira related? I think they are.
Kira rides more swiftly and strikes more truly than any other Dekara here. If only she could learn to think as swiftly as she rides, and speak as truly as she strikes. Better and worse are judged not on the talents one prizes, but the talents one needs.
So basically don't judge Kira on what she says, because she's all about actions and not so much with words. Alright, the lovers.
Pitaris and Vanya, two mouths that speak from one mind. When together, they express some quite interesting thoughts. When apart, well, half a thought isn't really even a thought, is it?
So when people talk about how one person completes the other, those two are like soulmates, right? Alright, the lovely Diala and Onion. Or Oyan, I guess I should probably not call her Onion, but I don't know, every time I hear her name, I'm just like, it sounds kind of like Onion, I don't know. Alright, Diala.
The time has come, not a cockroach, to crawl up into the bowels of this nightmare, traverse its innards, and rip out its corrupted heart. Oyun will help us. Go on now. Hobnob with the Maraketh matriarch. Learn what needs to be learned, and quickly. There's a filthy darkness down in that mountain, and it's reeking with impatience to meet you.
Gosh, Diala said, it sounds like just so cryptic, like, it's like, I just felt like the first time I went through this, it's like I just felt like I couldn't quite trust her, right? And going back through it again, it's like, girl, can I trust you?
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
Not a cockroach.
Ta-ta. Alright, Onion.
It is the path of blood and glory that leads you to our gate. We Maraketh understand this path, yet we fight for our tribe, our Kara. You fight only for yourself, care only for yourself. That is your strength. Love breeds fear. You have no such weakness, and that is why you will kill the beast within the mountain. Lady Diala has told me this. She has much faith in you, Duelist. The question is, can we Maraketh share in her faith? Sekema Deshret sealed the mines, trapped the nightmare within its black den. The beast should never have been imprisoned. The beast should have been destroyed, yet for all her ferocity, it seemed that Deshret lacked the courage to do so. And now, after 2 centuries guarding this hole in the ground, this Akara lacks the strength. But you are not Deshret, and you are not one of us. You will succeed where we have failed. Deshret's banner will break the seal and open the mines. It was taken from her when she fell to Vol, the Brittle Emperor. Take the stairs to the southwest. Descend to the dried lake. You shall have no trouble finding the Brittle Emperor. You'll smell him before you see him. Bring Deshret's banner home, and you will be free to pass into the darkness as you wish.
Oh boy, so unfriendly to someone that's kind of here to save you all. I mean, you should maybe be a little bit nicer before barking orders there, lady. I'm just saying a little appreciation would be nice. Alright, well let's talk about things. Deshret.
The Maraketh once stood united under Deshret's banner. That was before the plagues, the tempests, the corruption. Deshret rode here with this Akara, the Kiato, to put an end to the beast's curse, and upon the very threshold of the darkness, she faltered. Perhaps she saw that King Calm had gone there before her and not returned, or perhaps the nightmare simply overcame Deshret's seemingly indomitable courage. Either way, she chose not to ride into the mountain to slay the beast. She closed and sealed the mines and committed this Akara to Highgate's guardianship. The tempests, the plagues, they passed. Of their own accord, or because of Deshret's seal, we do not know. But what I do know is this. When Deshret vowed to watch over these mines, she simply traded one curse for another.
Well, it sounds like she was just trying to find a solution, and that solution didn't really just work out the way she hoped. I mean, you know, I don't see you going into the mines and into the beast and stuff, that's for sure. I mean, can you blame... I mean, that place is horrifying. Can you blame people for not wanting to go in? Alright, Vol.
Vol and his unmen have dipped their fleshless claws into the lifeblood of the Maraketh since the day this Akara tethered its roer here. Such is the way with men of war. Remove their tongues, yet still they thirst for blood. Remove their bellies, yet still they hunger for battle. Remove their manhood, yet still they lust for conquest.
Is that true? I mean, you know, you have all these eunuchs throughout history that they got their manhood taken from them, and they were usually court, you know, servants or whatever, because they just were dedicated to their governments or rulers, you know, no such... well, okay, this is Ray class. I guess things are a little bit different. Maybe the manhood is strong. Okay, I'm done talking about manhood.
I will make allies of whomever I deem useful. We have observed the actions of both Blackguard and Exile, and it is Pitaris and Vanya who give meaning to those actions. This Akara has not mixed with other than its own for over 200 years. The outside world has now discovered us, so it is time that we discovered it.
Okay, so 200 years since they've had any contact with the outside world. Maybe that explains her complete lack of manners and her rudeness. My goodness. Nah, Oyen's okay. I'm just giving her a hard time. Alright, Kira.
Kira has the blood of Deshret in her veins and the bonds of Deshret in her mind. Her loyalty to her Akara is admirable. Her loyalty to the past is not.
Ooh. Alright, Tasuni.
Tasuni has been corrupted since the day he was born. Maraketh tradition would have it that such a warped child be left upon the moonlit plain for the gods to adopt. Tasuni was not taken by the gods that night. Such a thing has never happened before in our Akara. Now we know why. Tasuni is a man caught between two worlds. Our world of light, and the beast's world of darkness. He is our scout in the black, and without him, Nightmare would remain beyond our understanding. And an enemy you cannot know is an enemy you cannot fight.
Seems like there's a lot of people caught between two worlds here in Rayclay. You've got Tasuni, you've got Navali, you've got Grigor. I could even say Diala seems like she's kind of definitely caught between two worlds too. A lot of very exceptional people. Of course, you have to be pretty darn exceptional to, make it off the beach, right? Okay, now Diala.
Diala wishes the beast dead. But why? Why would a nightmare wish to kill a nightmare? A question of great interest, yet little importance. It does not matter why the sun rises and sets, as long as it continues to do so.
All right.
Our hopes are with you.
Alright, so it is time for me to step into... it's time for me to run laps around. I always want to go, I always see these stairs and I always want to go down them even though you can't. It's like, why would you do that? It's such a tease. I've tried to run down there a million times and I don't really know why, because it's the longest possible way to anywhere, but it's I don't know, I see something that looks like stairs, I want to go down them, at least in a video game, not so much in real life. I'll just rather roll down the stairs or something. Alright.
Now, this is grim.
Grim indeed. I personally really like this area. I don't know if it's because... I think a lot of people probably get sick of it because it's I guess people grind here. I don't know if people still do. I guess there's not really any reason to anymore. But, I like the area because it's very nicely set up. It's usually basically set up more or less the same way. And it's just a good square, good mob density. It's just an all-around nice map. And, maybe it's not the most interesting one. Maybe there's not as much, weird random stuff or cool things to find. But it's straightforward. I like straightforward when you can just... find what you need to find, get where you need to be. You don't have to go doing a bunch of backtracking to find the way out. It's just straightforward. I don't know. I'm simple. I like straightforward. Ooh, nice. Oh boy. So I was reading a little bit on the PoE forums or whatever, trying to, get back in the swing of things since my trip. So, a lot has been going on that I don't know about, so just like I said, trying to get all caught up. And here's a fun little Harbinger friend here, and it seems like they're going for another expansion already in December. Okay, hold on, let me spin this real quick. Still just going straight up this way. I'm trying to work my way to Resolute Technique. I'll be there pretty soon. But yeah, they said that with the, except for Oriath, which, kind of threw their production schedule off, I guess. They said since late 2015 that they have been able to release, have a big content patch every 13 weeks, and they said that the next one is slated for early December, so a little over 2 months, right? Well, I guess closer, more like 3 months, but I don't know, I guess it's the end of August, so let's just be generous and say 3 months here. Wait, hold on, can I math? Let's see, the rest of this month and all of September, all of October, no, I can't math, all of November, and then early December. So, yeah, a little over 3 months, we can already expect another expansion. Wow. Now, they did say that, it wouldn't be like Oriath as far as length goes, which, oh, look at me, I can't jump, which I haven't even gotten to the Oriath stuff yet. And it's there's already so many things that I think are just so much better, and I haven't even got to Oriath, so gosh, imagine when I do. So I'm guessing when Harbinger League ends, we'll have another expansion, and I just read that. I haven't read if there was any word on what the expansion would entail. Alright, let me see. I got a new flask here. Let's see. Increased armor during flask effect. Alright, let's see. Replace that one with that. That's pretty nice. I definitely need that. But I can't even imagine, like, when now, remember I haven't been playing PoE terribly long. I started during Legacy League, so, you know, Oriath was like, wow, this is pretty, you know, this is my first, like, major patch with, Path of Exile, so really crazy to think that they update so frequently. So I'm still like, oh gosh, not that thing again. Ugh. This is like with the 3 dragons thing, I think. Yeah, the 3 dragons, elemental resistant, blah. Man, I've gotten 12 copies of this thing. I've gotten this stupid thing so much. I'm so tired of it. I'm just gonna put it back. I don't want it. I'm just kidding. I'll take it, but I don't want it. But yeah, I can't believe that they're already pushing for another expansion. And ooh, gosh, here's our Brittle Emperor right here. He could be. I've surprise died to him a couple of times, so I want to be a little bit careful. Oh, well, I guess I didn't need to be that careful.
It seemed to me, Vol, that I just did you a favor.
Alright, gonna have to throw some things down. Increased recovery speed. Here we go. Sure, yeah, there we go. Alright, let's pick up the banner. Alright, when the sun sets, the plains should be red. Alright, let's look at this real quick.
I vowed to care for this empire with my eyes open. I lied to my people. I lied to myself. Blinded by my lust for purity, I placed my faith in the most corrupt of men. I watch now as my legion dies, their flesh melting from their twisted bones. They fall and rise. A tide of mortal death and eternal damnation. I feel it now in my own flesh. The heat, the corruption. I have failed you, my empire of purity. Do not forgive me, but please, I beg of you, survive me.
Alright, Vol, let's go ahead and go back into town now. I just wanted to run around killing some things while listening to that. And let me quickly offload all my new stuff. I've got so much currency. New unique item, not the most exciting, but whatever. And I'll just stuff everything else in here for the time being, except that I want to keep that. Alright, let's go use this. Boop. Alright, now let's talk to Oyun, and I think Tasuni will also have a quest. Yeah, he does, so let's talk to Tasuni real quick first. Oops, my pathing.
The gate is open, and now I hear her voice as clearly as if she was sitting right here with me. Words of a dead woman, reverberating up from the depths of Highgate. A spirit chained, yet not enslaved. Tortured, yet unbroken. That dead woman is Deshret, and our red Sakema longs to return to the dust of her Visteri. Free her, and I shall reward you as my gifts allow.
Alright, so let's... Oh, okay, he's got more things to say. We'll definitely be freeing her. I completely didn't do this quest like my very first time. I just... You know, Tasuni's kind of tucked away in the corner. I just, like, never bothered talking to him again. So what do you think of Oyun?
The Maraketh are stranded in the sandstorm of reflection and regret. We look to our Sakema to lead us out. Yet the sandstorm is all she knows. She needs me, her eyes and ears in the darkness, but she will never comprehend my gifts.
She doesn't comprehend them, but I think she kind of somewhat understands, like, Tasuni's importance and what it is that he can do, but can anyone comprehend it? No. Alright, Diala.
Diala has the form of a woman. Yet the substance is 1 part corruption and 9 parts death. One day soon, you will see how lifeless she truly is.
Soon enough. Some real scary words there. Alright, and Vol.
In destroying Vol, you have avenged many a pretty bloodied nose around here. Well done, you.
Aw, thank you, you. That's kind of a weird way to end a sentence. Well done, you. Well, thanks. Alright, well, I guess I should talk to Oyan first.
The gate is open, and the darkness calls. Good hunting, Cursebreaker.
Alright, let's see what I get here. Alright, these are the Golem ones, and Abyssal Cry. It's kind of an interesting mix here. I think I'm going to go ahead and actually take... I think I'm actually going to take the Flame Golem. This will be pretty handy for the next, like, 5 to 10 levels. I'm going to actually use it probably. Look at these gloves, you guys. Look at these freaking gloves with this one socket. Like, help me. I need to get better gloves. Like, I need better everything. Like, I swear I usually find better stuff in, like, without trading, but now that I'm actually playing solo self-found, it's just like garbage central here. Alright, what do you think of Kalm?
We read the land, learn its stories. Kalm and his warriors entered those mines some 20 years before Deshret sealed the mines and bound our Kara to this mountain. Neither soil nor stone speak of Kalm's return. Perhaps he is dead, or perhaps he merely wishes he was. After all, anything seems possible.
Alright, and Deshret.
Yes, Tasuni has informed me of Deshret's existence within the mines, but has been unable to tell me how she comes to be there. Another troubling hole in our knowledge of Nightmare. Regardless of her origins, I will not risk my Dekara in an attempt to free her. Even were she still flesh and blood, I would decide the same. She is our Sikema no longer, and we have fulfilled our duty to her memory many times over. Kira will not agree, yet her revolt will rise only as words. I am her Sikema, and she will not cross me. So, free Deshret if the opportunity arises. It is only right that she be allowed to return to the dust of the Vastiri, but it would be wrong if any should follow her there.
I mean, that's fair enough. I mean, I wouldn't want to risk, what few people we have to go free a ghost, spirit, whatever, anyway, so can't say I blame you.
Go where you are needed.
Alright, and my dear Diala.
The rapture is our hope, our desperation. It will set the nightmare to boil, cook that nice big fishy in its own whining brine. Listen with all of your ears, not a cockroach. The rapture was Malachai's most wondrous creation, the only fire hot enough to burn the beast from existence. And its fuel? A gemling queen. Blood, and flesh, and gem. Yet my selfish self did not want to burn away, and so the fire was but a tiny spark. The spark of a cataclysm. I am sorry, my love, my Malachi. Go to it, not a cockroach. Find the rapture. Make me sorry no more.
So, poor Diala had to be the fuel for that rapture device, and she's like, nope, I like being alive, and, I mean, really, can you blame her? I would have probably done the same way, been like, no, I'm not doing that, you don't pay me enough for this, no. So, like I said, do you blame her? I don't. Alright, the rapture device, let's talk about that.
The rapture was to rend open the hide of nightmare and broil the beast's bitter innards in the sweet fire of mortality. The vessel was strong and oh so willing. The medicine was oh so weak.
Ooh, alright, and Vol.
Vol the Pure, they called him. Vol the Murderer, I call him. In his name, an emperor was murdered. In his name, an empire was murdered. Yes, It was Malachi's lips that kissed me. Yes, it was Malachi's hand that led me to the rapture. No, no, and no again. It was Vol's words that put me there.
Diala has lived through...
Don't die, please.
Some stuff. Alright, so I'm not really sure how to work this flame golem in, but I do know I actually do want to use it. I know I have like a lot of wacky stuff, like I do have like Cyclone because I just wanted to level it up and didn't have like a green slot in my other weapon. And I've got like a lot of goofy stuff, like I've got this Vol Grace I've probably used a total of once, but, and then, you know, I don't really like, I mean, I do have quite a few chromatic orbs, but I really don't want to waste them on this stuff, hoping I get the right color. Like, I can, yeah, see blue. Okay, well, it only took 2, but still felt really gross using that, so I'm gonna throw Grace out of there. And actually, is that, if I was going to use, no, I think haste would be better. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put that bad boy in, and like I said, I know it's not really the best thing, but it's really like, unless they nerfed it or something, it's really not too bad for, you know, a few levels or something. I'm not really sure how good the golem's going to be if the scaling's changed a whole bunch. I don't know, we'll have to see, but also going to be kind of sucky because the golem isn't connected to any support gems, so I still really want to do a Golem-mancer build at some point. Probably not this time around, since I already missed like a lot of days in this league, and I know it's supposed to be pretty expensive. So yeah, I don't think I'll do Golem-mancer, but I still would like to try it, even if it's not necessarily the most fun thing. I just like my little army of golems, so satisfied. I don't know, I'm having a lot of fun with my little Slayer here. I really like playing melee characters.
Didn't even break a sweat.
In games like these. Other types of games like MMOs and stuff, I definitely prefer to play like ranged or a support or a healer or something like that, but something about ARPGs, like, they just feel so good to be a big giant axe wielding, you know, dude with fireballs and all kinds of nonsense orbiting you. It feels good, and, you know, I'm really bummed that Cyclone didn't work for me just yet. I mean, I know when I have the right abilities and probably some better equipment, I know it's not going to be bad forever, so I'm not worried about Cyclone, but I was really jonesing to use it like ASAP, but soon enough, and, you know, I mean, Sunder is still really good, and it's something I'm kind of used to after having just got through playing, like, 2 gladiators. Alright, I think, I always forget if Deshret's Spirit is in the first or the second. I think it's in the second floor. I literally forget this every single time, and I think I ask the same, so is this the right one? And then I usually end up finding it, so it's all good, and if I don't...
Actually, I'm really not sure I like the sound of that.
Uh-oh. I guess there was a little bit of a rumble there right when I... Ooh, nice. Right when I opened it up. Man, I really like the Act 4 areas. You know, Act 4 is small, but I feel like the areas are all so unique and well done that, like, I don't know, I really like Act 4. I prefer a smaller act with, like, more interesting areas than just, like, a bunch of areas, you know, if that makes sense. Like, Act 3, okay, here's Deshret's Spirit, so this, I gotta remember it's in the second, ooh, gosh, look at this thing. Alright, Deshret, be free.
Always happy to help a damsel in distress.
Always. Alright, but, you know, like, the first time I came through here, I was like, ooh, look at these bats, they're so creepy, and then one of you guys were like, actually look at them, and now every time I come through here, I'm like, oh gosh, their faces nightmare fuel. Like, I didn't get a good... There's not, like, I guess this one's a pretty good creepy one, but look at that! That's some nightmare fuel, and I mean, the fact that they spent so much time, like, look at how these... Well, that's kind of sexual, but like, look at the way these bodies are stacked, the walls, like, this is one of this and the, like, belly of the beast. These are, like, some of the best designed areas as far as graphics go. Just, that's what I personally think. I mean, like, I really feel like I can smell this place. I really do. And I think for an ARPG, that's pretty darned impressive because, you know, a lot of ARPGs, you have to admit, are pretty darn generic. It's like, kill some zombies, kill some demons, yeah. But this one's killing demons and zombies in style. I don't know. Alright, let's see. Alright, this is going a lot faster than I thought, so I need 1, 2... Oh, gosh! 2. Okay, so I need 3 more levels, or 3 more passive points, and I'll have my Resolute technique, and then from there, I'm not actually sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch to Cyclone when I get that, but I probably need to get Spirit Void, and probably I'll have to start picking up, like, the life leech stuff. I have to check my comments, but I'll start picking up some stuff along here. I'm not I don't know when I'm going to be ready for blood magic. I really don't. I'm kind of scared to use something like that, and I guess with the big thing that's going to be different about playing Cyclone as opposed to playing like a blocking gladiator is I think I really am going to be pretty limited as far as what maps and stuff I can run. Like, I think I'll actually have to... Basically what I'm saying is I think I need to actually pay attention to the mods, because I feel like stuff that's going to reflect physical damage is going to just murder me right in the face. And then, I guess, like, the life leech, where you can't leech life, will probably be problems. Not really sure. I mean, I know there's probably going to be quite a few things that'll be troublesome. Temporal chains one, that'll be just annoying. I'm just trying to think what would be the things that would just make me straight up unable to run maps, and that's kind of what's sticking out in my head, but I haven't really thought about it too terribly much, and I definitely need to do more research on Cyclone now that Oriath has been out
Buried
for a
under
while.
tons of rock? Not a good way to end this tale of mine.
And now that there's a lot of information out, I should probably actually be seeking that information, right? I bet everyone and their mother is doing Cyclone too. I'm so, like, unoriginal. But, you know, I loved Whirlwind Barbarian and Diablo 3, and it was just my absolute favorite thing to play.
Let me bend your ear for a moment.
So, you know, it just seems like just natural that I'll like Cyclone, so... Alright, Vagan. Yeah. Alright, let's begin combat. Alright, let's get... Oh, he's got some smoother moves this time. Alright.
That's it. Next time, there'll be no more Master Knights, Vagan.
We'll see about that. You're always such a softie, bending my ear and such. Oh boy, but yeah, like I was talking about earlier, I'm really surprised that they're going for another expansion so soon after Oriath, because, you know, when I think expansion, I think, you know, adding a big mechanic, or, like, I feel like adding little things is something that's just for a patch. I feel like if they're going to have a expansion, I feel like they're going to maybe have like a new mechanic or something like that didn't quite make it into Oriath. Of course, I don't know what that would be, but really excited to see what information starts rolling out in the next 3 or 4 weeks, you know, concerning this expansion that they're already working out. It's like, GGG, you just gave us Oriath. I'm good for a while. Calm down. But you know, I guess when you've got a game like this that, you know, people consume the hell out of it. I mean, how many people, like, tore through to level 90 within the first weekend, right? You have to admit, games like this are very highly consumed, so they're definitely not something that people can, you know, as far as the leagues and stuff go, they're definitely not something that have any ability to last for more than a while. You've got to make sure that the game stays fresh because people go through these games like crazy, right? And I used to be that way too, you know, I definitely used to be able to play games for 12 hours a day, no problem, but, you know, the whole, you know, lifing and adulting thing definitely makes that hard. But I don't know, I can occasionally sneak in a day of gaming, but it's hard. You know, I think that's the dream, to be able to sit at home and play video games all day. Hell yeah, no. As fun as that would be, nah, that would be great. I'm trying to sound a bit more noble here, like, oh, I've got to be productive, I have to have something to work toward. No, if I had all the money in the world, I'd sit on my ass and play video games all day. I would, whatever. I'm not a hard-to-please person, you know, I don't need makeup and manicures and expensive purses or even fancy dinners. I do all my own cooking, I never go out to eat, so it's like, I'm pretty low maintenance. All I need are my video games, and I'm happy as a clam. Alright, here is Malachi's notebook.
The Rapture device has absorbed its fill of harvested life from fury and desire. It is ready. So am I. I know now that I was born to be the end and the beginning of the Empire. The Beast has made this clear to me. As clear and undeniable as the sacrifice I must now make. My Lady Diala, my love, my life's greatest achievement. She must leave me now, for she cannot follow, and she will perish if she remains. And so I will ask of her more than she would ever give. I will betray her. I will break her heart, so that I do not break her soul.
And look what happened here. Diala. I don't think that anything Malachi had planned worked out any way that anyone expected. So let's talk, Diala.
You know, not a cockroach. Had I accepted my place, my rapturous role, the Beast would be no more, no less, no anything at all. My selfishness tickled the Beast's fancy and it laughed the world I knew away. Yet I have had much time to think on my lonesome, much time to wonder. Wonder if the Rapture really needs to eat a gemling queen. Maybe something else will get its catastrophic juices slavering. Something like eyeball soup, the eye of fury, the eye of desire. Pretty gems for our pretty designs. But where could they be? Don't fret now. I have my suspicions. Calm, the sovereign of slaughter. He remains and suffers his delusions right here in the halls of Nightmare. Fury is all he knows, so fury Calm will have. Duresso, king of swords, damned by desire. Oh, aren't we all? He's down here too, and desire's curse remains his to bear. Go on, not a cockroach. Bring me the crown jewels so that we might wake the Rapture and finally put an end to this pestering beast.
So Diala could still use herself to fuel the Rapture device and break this open, but she's still trying to find a way around it. She's trying to see if something else will work. All these years, and she still wants to keep existing. That's some real desire to live, huh? Alright, so Calm.
Old axe for brains. Calm had Eternals dragged from their homes all over the south coast. Like sheep, he butchered them, no matter how desperately they bleated. He adorned his doorways with the heads of women and children. What makes a hero or a villain? It depends who you ask.
That's really just exactly what it is. What side of the war or the fight you're on is going to determine who's the bad guy and who's the good guy. And that goes for everything. I mean, you think about any kind of battle, you know, who's the villain, who's the hero. It's all relative. Like, a little off topic here, but one of the lessons I liked to teach when I did a little bit of teaching was Jack and the Beanstalk. It's like, you know, everyone thinks Jack is the hero and the giant is the bad guy, but when you actually read the original story, all Jack does is he like steals the golden hen, the golden harp. He steals all the time. He trades a cow for some magic beans, some quackery. It's like, when you kind of think about it, Jack's not a good guy. Why is he considered the good guy? Just something to think about. I don't know, maybe I think too much about things. Alright, how about Duresso?
The Sword King. Before my time. Beyond my time. Where is time anyway when you need it? Never stand still. That's the problem. Except if you are Duresso. Petrified with love he is. A love he doesn't realize is long, long, long gone.
Yeah, I kind of butchered his love back in Act 1 or something.
Bye-bye.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and... I love this being here. I can't believe I'm actually going to be probably farming the labyrinth at some point. At least when I get new gloves so I can get a new enchant. Ugh. Alright, so I'm going to spend the last few minutes here just turning this in and talking to people around town. So here we go.
I felt it, saw it. The storm of her release. Our red Sakema is free to mingle once more with the red earth of our birthplace. Deshret was the howling wind, the lash and bite of the driving dust. Our wild Visteria is weakened by her absence no longer. You've done yourself proud today, Exile. Righted a wrong that we Maraketh have borne for far too long. And of course, as promised, you shall be rewarded.
Alright, and I get a passive point, which is awesome. One less thing I need to get to. Resolute technique, couple more points, and then I can actually start getting more interesting things. Alright, let's talk about Duresso.
Nightmare is not without sophistication. In life, Duresso was tortured by frustration and shame. In death, Nightmare has erased his past and forged a dream world in which Duresso will remain contented and loved. What if Nightmare could do that for all of us? Would we really wish to destroy it then?
Yeah, some like Inception stuff there, man. If I could die and go to a world where I'm always happy and have my love and do the thing that I love, it's like, gosh, you almost feel kind of like a jerk from taking it from him, you know? Especially as the duelist, like Duresso and the duelist, man, come on. Got some history there or something. Alright, Cal?
My understanding of Kawon, the man, is that he was a prisoner of his own delusions. Now, he is a prisoner of someone else's. The power of Nightmare to manipulate the soul never ceases to impress me. That could be you one day, should you continue to follow this dark and winding path.
Ah, see, that's the thing. Like, if you could be lucky and be Duresso, you could be pretty unlucky and be Calm. And I hate going into Calm's area. That's like my least favorite area of Act 4. It's still not that bad. It's just big and twisting, right? Alright, the beast.
Beneath your feet, creation shivers and writhes. It yearns for transformation like a worm in a cocoon that dreams of wings and freedom. A transformation that only the beast can excite. A dark god of ancient sacrifice. A muse to the twisted and vile. The beast, the nightmare, the darkness. Names given to it by mortals that think with slugs bound in shells of bone. Yet, One man knew the beast's true name, understood its impenetrable nature. Malachi.
And look what we're living now.
Will go on.
Thanks, Malachi. Alright, I don't know if anyone else has... Oh, Diala's not here anymore, I guess, because she's in the crystal veins.
What do you wish to know?
Alright, well, Yun's got a few more things to say, so let's talk to her about Diala.
Diala said but one thing to me before descending into the mines. My love awaits. I know not why, but those 3 words frighten me more than any I have heard in my lifetime.
Well, it's also the way she talks. I mean, she's so cryptic and, you know, has kind of echoey when she talks. Like, I'd be a little freaked out too, right? Okay, Deshret.
Thank you for doing Deshret so great an honor. Your generosity shall be remembered.
No, it won't. It'd be nice, but it won't. Alright, Duresso.
Duresso? Yes, Pataris has spoken of him. The disturbing question is this. How... 100 years...
I think I'm lagging. Wow, what happened?
Unlike calm.
Oh, okay, hold on
Our
there.
hopes are with you.
That was very weird. I think I am having a sound issue here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stop now. I'm not sure what's causing that. So I'll finish getting the dialogue and finish up Act 4 next time, guys. Oh gosh, it's still happening. Ugh. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go now. Thanks again for watching, guys, and bye for now.